So my name's Paul Huser. I grew up here in Jackson, skiing Snow King Mountain. Member of the Jackson Hole Air Force, and continue to ski Snow King Mountain as often as I can. I'm loyal to the King. Great mountain, great local hill. There's a lot of really amazing things about this mountain, and some of them a lot of people don't know about. For example, the old jumping hill right there that they used to have set up for several, I'm not sure how many years they had it, but great experience for a young kid to learn how to catch big air and learn how to kind of land properly on a monster air with a really pretty steep outrun, and two separate in-run takeoffs for that jumping hill. And as kids, we used to be able to enter these contests where they judge you from a jumping tower, a judging tower up there, and it was a pretty neat experience. They had a big hole in the ground right over here, kind of where the ice rink is now, and you used to be able to go as big as you wanted to go and land on a really steep downhill landing. And then right in front of the ski lodge here, kids used to come up out of the hole in the ground and hit the head wall. We called the head wall, and they'd throw big 720s and sometimes backflips and land on the just absolute flat tabletop surface right in front of the the lodge. But that was one of the pretty cool features about the King back in the day. And the old lift shack was down here, kind of over by the corner of the parking lot, and they used to play yodeling music on these bullhorns on speakers that you could hear all the way to the top. So there'd be all kinds of Swiss yodeling music that you could hear all the way to the top of the hill. And that was another pretty wild feature about the King, very unique to the area. And another thing people don't really know about, they had these things called ski bobs. They're old snow bikes that were kind of old bike frames that were set up with a front ski and a back ski, and you just used to drag your feet on the ground. And they were pretty out of control. They would go really fast, and it was the King, and you could just go, I'd probably rent them somewhere around town, maybe here at the bottom of the King, and all kinds of people were cruising around on these ski bobs, and that was a pretty wild feature, very, very unique to the area. But great hill back in the day when I was a kid. A lot more kids were skiing the mountain here than out at the ski area. Probably a lot more people could afford Snow King than could afford skiing out at the village. So on weekends, the mountain was just packed with all your classmates and all kinds of kids running around the place. Some of the high schoolers and older kids, they'd build huge backflip jumps, and they'd be throwing these giant double backflips, flip with a twist, big Mobius, things like that. And that was pretty fun as a kid to follow these older kids around and try to learn some of the tricks that they were doing. But it's a great mountain, still is, and it's got a great future ahead of it. So come ski the King.